GameMax Computex 2025, and we're at Halai Hotel. Did I mention that right? Yeah, okay. Halai Hotel, and we're entering their suite room, or however you want to call it, with some new interesting products. So we're going to see literally everything from coolers, AIOs, and cases. Okay, so let's start with the power supplies. We have here line Core Platinum series. These are 1200,000 watts power supply, fully modular, and as you can see, all the connectivity. What we have right here is ATX 3.1, as I said, platinum, fully modular. The core design is with the brushed aluminum. We have the line eye lighting up in green, of course, as the gaming to the max, but this can be adjusted with the RGB cable right here. So if you desire to change the RGB lights, it's up to you, of course. And we have quite interesting design here on the top, which definitely brings a bit more on the aesthetical reason. The thing is, with this power supply, you get a lifetime warranty, which is actually the first time I'm hearing that the power supply has a lifetime warranty. And the interesting part also is 169.99 for 1200 watts. Now, this is their flagship model for the power supplies, but with that price, it really brings down like quite interesting things. Now, the cables are also flat completely, which brings us to the point of flexibility, easy cable management. This also goes for the 12E HPWR cable as well, 12 2x6 cable, and basically all of the others as well. So PCI, EPS, they're all flat. When we're talking about the white cables or white power supply, you get white connectors, white cables, also flat, and fully white power supply without, of course, white connection right here and white switch, everything it is. We have here the GZ 1200 watts and 1000 watts power supply, 3-year warranty. Then we have the SFX power supply, 850 and 750, fully white and fully black with different design. Then we have the GL. Now we have here 1250 and 1050 watts. These ones are going for 149.99 and 129.99. There's also one 850 watts, which will be 109.99, where these are gold. Let's continue with the coolers. We have a FN12A N2 series. This was, I think we had these fans in the N80 case that I reviewed. Of course, the link is in the description for that review. You'll check that out later. Then we have the FN12A N2 wireless series. Now, this is a bit of a different connectivity, as you can see. You can see that here. But regardless, what you get with the connection is this part right here, which has only like, these are 248, I think these are 8 cable connections, which then goes to the PWM and addressable RGB for seamlessly connected fans all together in 3-pack, like 3120. Then when we go here, what we have is the Sigma 620. This is a dual fan CPU cooler, which has 6 heat pipes, 6 millimeters diameter, LCD screen on top of the passive heatsink, where you basically don't need to remove it magnetically because it's not removable magnetically. It's fixed on the passive heatsink. The fans need to be removed to be attached to the CPU, to the motherboard, basically. And you have these type of hinges that attach to the passive part. Uh, the connectivity, well, I presume it's PWM, addressable RGB for the lights, and we have USB, most likely USB 2.0 for the, yeah, USB 2.0 for connecting the cable to the proprietary software that needs to be run. Now, when we continue with the air coolers, we have Twin 660. This is a dual fan, dual tower CPU cooler, which also has 6 heat pipes. We're having a different way of connection, everything, but the thing is, you have dual tower, 6 heat pipes, 2 120 millimeter fans. Basically, let's see, direct contact, as you can see right here. So, yeah, this should be also interesting to check out. More subtle design, more subtle look. Nice lines here on the top, GameMax logo. It could be done a bit more subtle, but still, the visual aspect of this cooler is much more in terms of appealing in the aesthetic reason and looks more in the minimalistic. Then we have here the Glacier 360. Now, this tubing does look a bit familiar, but it's located here, so it kind of extends the radiator to from 120 to 140. I don't know the actual location of the pump. It should be here in the block, right? Kind of makes sense. But if this covers the whole part of the radiator and extends it a bit, this should be good. But then again, you have to take into account that you're placing a 120 cooler, maybe possibly 140, in a space of 140. So this actually needs a bit more space. The LCD screen is magnetically removable, so you can do this with pogo pins, 4 pogo pins, and USB Type-C connectivity. Quite straightforward, kind of hides the tubes, which you already know. Basically, that's it. And on the top, we have Hailstorm 360, which has Tornado series fans. And these were FN12 N2. I totally forgot about that, but you've seen the fans already in the N80 build. This is also a new AIO, which also comes with an LCD screen. It's also magnetically possible to remove it. And it has the same connectivity. Basically, you do need to have USB 2.0, as you can see it right here, three pin 5 volts addressable RGB header, which also has a daisy chainable possibility. And the fans are somehow connected. I don't know, here in this concrete scenario. Then we have the new Tornado fans at the top, which are 120 addressable RGB. Now, the interesting thing, when you take a closer look here, we have it a reverse blade and regular blade, both in black and white, which deliver up to 1.98 millimeters HTO for static pressure, and the lifespan up to 30,000 hours. So we have 6 cases right here presented, and you already see the first one, which is right in front of me. We have the blade concept. The review is up online, so you can check it out, but that's a bit different case compared to this one, because I did receive a concept version, and in this scenario, as you can see right here, the LED is working properly as it should. Now, if you remember the review, it was completely different, but you'll see that you can check that out in the description below with the link, and this is the different part. So there is no diffused LEDs here or possibility to rotate the LED that was inside. So they changed this, they fixed this, and this is great. They added the Blade concept logo right here in front, and basically everything else stays the same. But everything else was okay. Just these couple of parts, and basically just this was something that needed to be fixed in terms of LED lights. Then we go with Leader 2. Now, this case is a standard MIDI tower chassis, which has the possibility to have this removed with 2 pegs. Very easy to access. We have fans here at the power supply shroud. These are 2 140, one at the back is also 140, and 3 at the front 140, which brings also BTF possibility. So we have back connect options at the back side of this case, and I see about 3.5 centimeters of space at the back for cable management rerouting, which is okay. And I see also an option for vertical GPU mount, which is also a great idea. I don't think that you could place a GPU vertically when you have the fans on the power supply shroud, but regardless of that, still a good option. Now we go with the T20. Now this is a completely oriented case because radiator goes on the left side here vertically, which means that you have an option to mount the GPU vertically as well as the motherboard. So all the ports are at the bottom. You have a fan here at the back doing the, I think that should be some sort of an intake, if I'm not mistaken. But regardless of that, we have one fan placement here on the side and 120 here on the side, and there's another intake here. So it kind of creates some sort of a chimney effect because it's pulling air from the bottom part to be exhausted at the top. This should be interesting to check out in terms of to see how the thermals react, how the GPU and CPU actually work. Then we go with the Claw 460 and Claw 360. Now, both cases support up to 12 fans, and you have 3 on front, 2 on the side, 3 at the bottom power supply shroud, 3 on top and 1 at the rear. And it's quite interesting in terms of, because we have the Claw 360 is much smaller in volume, but it still can fit everything together. We have the Claw front design, and of course the Tornado fans, which have the same visual aspect. So when you take a look at the front part of the chassis, it goes into the same segment, talking about visual aspect. Now, they also told me that the claws on front will be also, if we're talking about the white case, we're going to have light wood, and if we're talking about the black case, it will be the darker wood or something similar to that. These cases don't actually support back connect, but regardless of that, there are loads of options regarding the fan configuration. And finally, the last one is the Iris 330 with full mesh front. We have 3 Tornado fans on front, 1 at the rear, 2 at the power supply shroud. And what you have here is a nice wooden accent with the GameX logo stretching out throughout the whole part. full mesh front. What else inside? We have two 2.5-inch SSDs placements on the side here, if I'm not mistaken and seeing correctly, or it's on the other side, not quite sure, because, well, we have tempered glass right here. Loads of Velcro ties, what I can see for cable management. I think there's 2 centimeters at the back for possibility to mount that. Of course, 360 at the top, and we have an opening and a cutout here for a 360 radiator on front as well. So this case is actually quite new. We have the magnetic dust filter at the top, and the best thing about it is it's a quite small-ish form factor MIDI tower case, which brings us to the more elegant design compared to others that do have a bit of an aggressive look when we're talking about the claws on front. As you can see, we have redesigned the N80. Now here we have some more like a digital look sensor panel, which gives you an option to go with thermals for the CPU. You have GPU thermals as well, most likely load and similar stuff like that. The opening here is the same, and curved glass, as you know from my review. Again, I'm going to link it in the description. We do have some different fans right here. As I said, these are tornado fans, which are placed inside. And on top, we have a different panel. Now, as you can see, this is painted wood. And we have some rubber part here, which is magnetically attachable and detachable. So you can basically just simply clean it as it is. And when we go at the back, what you get here is a gunmetal design, gunmetal color, and redesigned back panel with, of course, the bottom power supply shroud also being meshed out. So that's really cool, a bit of a design, but quite loving the new aesthetic design. And when we're talking about the digital part, kind of does add a bit more to the visual aspect. That's a wrap for GameMax at Computex 2025. You've seen loads of updated. Well, you've seen the N80 updated, and you've seen the Blade concept also updated. But we have new AAOs, which will be quite interesting to check out in terms of to see the application behind the LCD screen and how it works. Also, new fans, the tornado fans that go inside those 2 new cases, the Claw 460 and Claw 360 with different dimensions, but we still have 12 fans fitting inside each of those cases. So that's quite something, I do have to admit, if you're in a need of those type of fans and that kind of amount of fans in general. But what I also wanted to say is some cases are quite nice and elegant, and then what we have also in terms of visual aspect, when we're talking about aggressive design, when you take into consideration Blade concept, then you have standard MIDI tower with the claws on front, which also kind of resemble to their brand, the brand logo, and brand visual aspect. So all in all, quite interesting to see all of that live, of course. And I'll link all the reviews that I did so far for GameX in the description below. So if you missed something, check it out, and we'll see each other with GameX in future reviews. Thanks, guys. See you later.